I'm Pandabander. Well, it's nearly here, and by it, I mean ESO's Update 35. And with it comes a whole host of changes, both good and bad, to nearly everything in the game. So, how did Werewolves fare in the mess? Here's what you should expect this patch. There were a few changes to Werewolf itself this patch that I would argue were not a step in the right direction, and one that I welcome but won't be using because of a set that's being released. More on that later. First off, we'll start with the changes to Infectious Claws and its morphs. The base duration of this ability is being changed to 20 seconds, which for those PvEers among us means this will only need to be reapplied once every 2 applications of Brutal Carnage. The damage per tick is also being reduced by about 17%, which does amount to more damage per application, though it will be less impactful in short fights. Additionally, Claws of Life had its healing reduced to 66% of the damage done from 100%. Paired with the reduction in damage done per tick, the healing done by this already underwhelming ability will be even less effective. Claws of Anguish, on the other hand, now applies the disease status effect on every tick and should apply significantly more pressure than it did before because of this. Werewolf will also be seeing a reduction in the damage of its light and heavy attacks, which won't be as significant as it was at the start of the PTS since they added the scaling back to it, but it will still be lower than before. Our heavy attacks got hit with an additional 14% reduction in damage, presumably to bring them in line with other heavy attacks, which I believe is another misguided change considering how werewolves are designed in both PvE and PvP to rely more on light and heavy attacks as part of their damage compared to base classes. It's not all nerfs though. Templar werewolves will be receiving one significant buff to their damage in the form of the Burning Light passive. To those that are unfamiliar with what this passive does, it deals scaling magic damage up to every second and a half after dealing damage to a target 3 times, meaning you can gain a stack every half second with the damage coming on the 3rd stack. I have another video that goes over this change more in depth and its ramifications. Just click the link in the upper right hand corner. There are also 2 sets being released that have the potential to cause problems: Nocturnal Ploy and Mara's Balm. Nocturnal's Ploy removes a major buff with a duration from a target on application of a major debuff, or a minor buff with a duration on application of a minor debuff. This was thankfully changed to have a 15-second cooldown per effect in the later stages of the PTS, and targets affected can't be affected twice within that cooldown, but it could still be a headache to face if it finds a niche use in the PvP world. Fortunately for werewolves, we are one of the few cases where, since most of our buffs don't have a duration, we will be largely unaffected by this set. Mara's Balm, on the other hand, will be absolutely game-breaking. This set applies a heal to its wearer every time a negative effect is removed. This includes effects expiring, effects being refreshed, or effects being cleansed, and it includes effects without a visible card in the character sheet, such as stuns and snares. Additionally, it will cleanse all negative effects from the wearer when they have 6 or more negative effects on them and take damage, up to once every 15 seconds. The amount of healing this set can provide is astonishing, and I hope we'll see nerf in the near future. In the meantime, this likely will be the best defensive set in the game for the sheer amount of healing potential it provides. If you can get your paws on this set, wear it. Everyone else will be. Because of this set, I don't recommend running Claws of Anguish this patch. The perpetual 8% defile the ability will be providing now will not be enough to make up for the fact that it will be reapplying an effect to your targets, and if those targets are wearing Mara's Balm, they will be getting healed for about 1,000 every 2 seconds, completely negating the damage done by Claws of Anguish. So, where does that leave us? Overall, werewolves should be fine this patch. It's not really a step forward, and it's not really a step back. We got some nice buffs in the form of Claws of Anguish and the Templar passive Burning Light being opened up to us, but we also took hits in places that were either already underperforming or were core to how we do damage in this game, more so than others. If you think there's something I missed or have a question about, be sure to leave a comment below. And as always, like, subscribe, and hit that alerts button.